Hello, welcome back, and we've got Lee today.
Afternoon.
And today we're going to look at 5 top tips for self-isolation. So if you're stuck at home in the garage and you're looking for something to do.
Number one, I suppose most important and one of the main ones is checking your oil and coolant levels, replacing them if needs be. So
For the cost of an oil change,
yeah, it's worth doing, isn't it?
£5 for a filter,
Yeah,
and depending on which oil you use, what, £15, £20 to refill?
Yeah, I guess as well with the Mini, the A series, there's specific oils that we'd recommend and use. I know we've got a few which, you know, a lot of customers sort of prefer.
Yeah, you need something with quite a high zinc content, and a classic oil, preferably 2050 mineral, semi-synthetic, something that's designed for the dual engine and transmission with the Mini.
Yeah, quite an important one really, which some people don't really sort of get the understanding of, is the engine's using the same oil as the transmission, so it's quite an important one there.
So don't put brand new 5W30 VW spec
certainly
fully synthetic oil, it's just too thin.
Yeah.
Something like Castrol Classic XL, that's the one I use personally, that seems to be pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Miller's CTV.
Yeah, it's been around for a while as well. It's always a good oil, good choice.
Okay, number 2.
Tappets, I guess, would be one to look at. It's a nice and easy one to check. Rocker cover off and go across your valves, check your tappets, make sure they're not opened up or closed up. Yeah, something quite important to take care of, really.
Tappet clearances.
Tappet clearance, again, dependent on camshaft and rockers as well. Roller rockers would look at 16 thou on the inlet and the exhaust. If you're running sort of standard OE rockers, you know, your cast type, then probably down to 12 thou, so slightly tighter really.
Okay, so when you've got roller rockers, open it up a little bit more.
Yeah, so a bit more clearance there, yeah.
Don't forget as well, when you are setting roller tip rockers, just be very careful to go across the roller as opposed to straight in, because it will tend to pull in a bigger gauge. Yeah,
it's always better. The roller will move with the feeler gauge. So yeah, left to right movement, just to check your tappets there rather than front to back.
And number 3?
I guess really would be a complete spanner check of the whole car, especially on the race cars you've got out there. Yeah, they do have a tendency to shake nuts and bolts loose. So
everything comes undone.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe it. I mean, you can go out in one session, everything's torqued up tight. You hit a couple of curbs, you pull 7,000 RPM. Yeah. Before you know it, that bolt holding the rear anti-roll bar has come undone.
Yeah. And they do come loose.
Things are rose jointed as well on race cars. Everything's a lot more solid, so check everything.
Yeah.
And again, now's your chance.
Yeah.
Get it up in the air. Check. You were saying about hubs as well.
Yeah, pop your wheels off, check your front hubs, CV joints, dry flanges, everything in that area there. They do have a tendency to come loose, and cause problems if they're not checked on and picked up on, really. And yeah, like Stephen's saying, it's a good time now to spend a few minutes and have a look, make sure it's all good to go, really.
Maybe even have a list, work from the back through to the front of the car.
Yeah.
Maybe even a paint pen, go over if you're getting really picky.
Yeah, no, a lot of people do it, paint pen the nuts and bolts just so you can see if anything has moved or come loose. You know, you don't have to get a spanner on it, then you can see it with your eyes visually, look at things, check everything over. So yeah, it's a good point, yeah.
Number 4.
Spares package, I guess, would be a nice one to look at. So yeah, a complete sort of a breakdown list of everything you'd need to take to a race meeting or, you know, a hill climb.
Why not go through the list of bits that you've got and make sure you're not in a last minute rush before you get to the race meeting. Parts like spark plugs, get another set.
Yeah, plugs, leads,
the basics.
Yeah, all the usual ignition components which do have a tendency to go wrong.
Alternator, water pump.
Starter motor is always good to have as a spare. You know, not an expensive item really, and it could get you out of a pickle as well if you're on a race meeting and you've got a starter motor gone down.
Why not refurbish an old one?
Yeah.
If you've got a starter motor there that had a problem a couple of years ago, pull it out of the box, have a look, work your way through. Yeah. Now's the time.
Yeah, no, definitely. And then obviously you can always look at all your tools, your toolkits, make sure you've got everything there, good and handy. So you're good to go for the new season, really.
There's always one missing spanner, isn't there?
Yeah.
Someone's always stolen the spanner. Or the nut gun. The nut gun goes missing, wherever you are.
Number 5, I guess you would want to think about maybe having some sort of a spare engine and putting together something.
If you travel across the continent, go to Zandvoort,
Spa,
somewhere like that, and you've spent £1,200 on your race entry fee.
Yeah, you could always do with a spare.
Have a look at your spare engine. Yeah, just make sure the head gasket's okay. Pop it all off, give it a service.
Yeah.
Check it out, or start making some plans for next year's engine.
Yeah, yeah.
Why not?
Don't think it has to be a full-blown race motor, just something to get you out there on the track, really.
And with the best will in the world, these are racing A-series engines. Things happen.
Yeah, exactly.
They do break.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd be lying if they said things don't break. So, yeah, why not? Take the time to build up your spare engine, have a look at the condition.
Yeah.
Go from there. So there you go, 5 top tips. Thanks very much, Lee. Of course, if you've got any ideas of your own, I'm sure you've got some really good ones at home. Make sure you type them in the comments down below. We'll have a look. And we're still open for the time being, at least. The shop itself is shut, but the website is still live. And of course, we're still sending out parcels around the world. So stay in touch. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our videos, and we'll bring you some more soon.